Live in Chicago, behind the scenes of Chicago PD.
Yes, we are back in the Windy City tonight after this evening's dramatic episode of Chicago PD. As you know, if you watch this show, the storylines that you see on Chicago PD are heavy and they are dramatic.
Oh, definitely. So to keep the balance, the cast brings their sense of humor to the set. News Channel 8's Candace McCowan is live in downtown Chicago. And Candace, you had the opportunity to spend some time on the set with Chicago PD actors. That sounds pretty good.
Oh, absolutely, Keith. Jen, good evening. It's a cold and windy night here in Chicago, as it should be this time in November. And yes, Jen, it was an incredible experience being on set with those actors. And let me tell you, they take their job incredibly serious. One reason why is because they know the men and women that are protecting this beautiful city, they're watching.
The Department of Defense and the NSA do not want this story getting out.
From matters of national security
Does your son have access to a gun?
to the threats of a school shooting, nothing is off limits for the writers of Chicago PD. I'm filling in for Desk Sergeant Trudy Platt today. You're on the set of Chicago PD. Your character seems like she runs a tight ship. Is that any bit of you in real life?
I think you'd probably have to ask my husband that. And I'm probably sure he'd maybe sort of kind of say yes.
So quit sitting around like a piss bum on the first of the month and get out and patrol, officer.
True to her personality, the writers and directors go to every length to make sure the experts, real Chicago cops, buy into what you're seeing on screen.
These guys went through countless hours of training.
And I got to see what that training looks like in real life.
Police! Police! Put your hands down!
I didn't hesitate for a moment to get down.
I absolutely love being the police.
And while you don't know Brian Luch from the show, the actors say he's the heartbeat behind the scenes. For 27 years, he's been a Chicago cop, and he coaches the actors. And they know some of his most harrowing stories from his time on the streets.
And so Brian comes up on this kid and held him while he died.
They're dealing with some serious topics on Chicago PD, but as you'll see, the actors, they don't take it so seriously.
Voight was thinking about getting a breast augmentation.
Joking that might be the only way he winds up on NBC's new series, Chicago Med. The reason the laughs are needed? Well, we asked Patrick John Pfluger, also known as Ruzek, during a patty chat.
The amount of dark storytelling that we do is not reflective of what we're doing when the cameras show. We're goofing around constantly.
It's all a balance from the action to the humor. It works when telling the story of Chicago cops.
It's the only way to get through it. It's just to keep the energy light.
Yeah, and great times here in Chicago. We were on set this week, and the cast of PD was working with Chicago Fire and Chicago Med, that new NBC series. They're working on a crossover episode that you'll get to see coming January. Keith, Jen?
And Candace, the premiere of Chicago Med is right around the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Less than a week away, and next Tuesday you can catch Chicago Med. We got to catch up with many of the actors on set. They have some legends that'll be on that show, like Oliver Platt and Esapatha Murkerson that you know from Law and Order, so you definitely don't want to miss it. Keith, Jen?
Wow. Was it me or were you sitting on someone's knee? Did I just see that wrong?
In the patty chat?
Was there a patty
I can't
chat
confirm
moment?
or deny that.
Oh my goodness, groceries. As Anthony Allred would say.